Started when two white traffic officers arrested a black drunk driving suspect. That was the spark that ignited the flame of civil unrest that spread from coast to coast in the 1960s. It happened first in Watts. The community burned for days. The final official death toll was set at 34, although people in Watts will tell you it was higher, and most of those who died lived there. When the flames were finally snuffed out, Watts looked like a battlefield, which it was. It took a holocaust like the Watts Riots to get things done. And in the years since then, millions of dollars and thousands of hours of hard work have gone into rebuilding it. 103rd Street, which they called Charcoal Alley then, is dotted with new buildings. All over the community, new building, a new sense of community pride. The Watts Labor Community Action Council came into being just before the riot, and in the years since has been a building force in the community.
I can definitely see some. I think that if you drive down Central Avenue, which is a major thoroughfare, if you drive down 103rd Street, you'll be able to see what some of the effects are, the new housing and some of the new development. I think a significant change has come in Central Avenue, where at one point there were major, blocks. One is across the street from where we are now, that contain nothing but junkyards. And that has been changed into senior citizen centers, and across from it, for 20 years there were tires being stored, and that is now an economic development project that WLCAC operates, the 115 Center.
It's obvious that a tremendous amount has been accomplished in Watts since those flaming, deadly days 13 years ago. But it's also quite obvious that much remains to be done. Mike Botula in Watts for Channel 5 News Watch.
Y'all filming them? They bunk. Y'all should film them.
Six, 5 o'clock, 10 o'clock. I'm gonna get in there. Yeah, you got the picture of me?
Since the riots 13 years ago, there have been millions of dollars poured into the Watts community, and a tremendous amount of construction and programs have come to pass, and yet there are still those that say that the basic problems haven't been solved. What is the situation?
Well, I think that the only thing that I can really comment on is the impact that WLCAC is having on the community, and the fact that we feel that based on our efforts, we are able to bring hope to people here in the community who at one point did not have any hope, possibly didn't have any hope as recently as 1975.
You have a vast number of programs that WLCAC is involved in. What is the direction? What do you try to accomplish?
We are trying to create a stable community, and we are trying to do that through the use of all of our funding, concentrating our efforts in specific areas in Watts, and trying to create that stability by providing jobs, say, to construct homes, the homes being single-family homes which people will be able to own in 20 years. It's...
Do you feel there is progress being made, real firm progress being made in the direction of alleviating the conditions that existed in the community 13 years ago? What will be happening in the community in the next few years?
Well, I would expect that if we're allowed to continue in the direction that we are operating in, that you'll see a major change in terms of the housing availabilities and the type of housing that's available. The economic development should change to complement that. The support services, and not only that, but some of the amenities that, you know, make Westwood or any place else a nice place to live. You have a theater to go to within walking distance or within a short drive, and, you know, shopping centers and things of that nature. I can foresee, once we're able to stabilize some of the housing conditions, that those conditions would begin to emerge as well.
And Watts will continue to become a growing community?
That's what we anticipate, and that's what we're looking forward to.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Hey, film up. Have a go, man. Get it.
It's quite obvious that a tremendous amount has been accomplished here since the flaming deadly days of August 13 years ago, but it's also quite obvious that much remains to be done. In Watts, Mike Botula for Channel 5 News Watch.